Yes, you did a video, which was one of your more popular videos. You said, these are the 3 things that women cannot resist. In a man, would you break down what those 3 things are? And if you don't remember, I'll give you the 3 things. Let me see if I can remember. This is a test for me. First stone. I would say it's masculinity. Masculinity? Just provide and protect. It's really that simple. And no, it's not. Sorry, I take that back. It's actually the hardest thing in the world to be bull. I cannot for the life of me imagine what life would look like if my role was to provide, because there's so much beauty in waking up and thinking, I'll do what I want today, and somebody will buy me dinner, and somebody will pick me up and drop me home. Like that's how, as a woman, you can at one stage live. Whereas for a man, you could hate your job with a passion and still have to wake up and go and work 2 shifts because the family relies on you. So that ability to provide is probably the most difficult job in the world, and I don't want to underestimate it. But essentially you don't have to be a millionaire, but you pick your price range. So you just have a woman that you're able to provide for, so that might be, even if the date involves just going for a coffee, but you cover that coffee, you pick your levels, but you provide and protect is free protect. Just means call me when you get in. What time are you going to be home? Let me know when you're home. Let me know. You're safe. Okay. Did everything. Goal. Right today. That's the protection side. So masculinity is just those 2 things. Second thing, think I said, was consideration. Now, consideration doesn't mean being soft consideration. Just means that you acknowledge. She has feelings when you make a decision. You acknowledge she has feelings the more you don't acknowledge she has any feelings. You're going on holidays with the boys. You're going out. You're coming home when you want that. Resentment. B builds up and she'll lose. Respect for. You she'll start talking to you out the side of her mouth and she'll start resenting you. Where it's a little bit of consideration. I'm G to be late today, babe, but I'm G to go out next week is, like you go out with your friends. It's free to say that. And it doesn't destabilize your throne. So I would say, consideration isn't the second one, and I think the final one. And I said, it was the most important one. And I really have to stress, this is boundaries. I really have boundaries with women. Women without boundaries they'll take away a lot of your ego. They'll bruise your ego a lot if you don't set boundaries on women. Unfortunately, we test. It's our nature. Our human nature is to test to see how much we can get away with because we want to get away with it. We're like kids. We want to get away with them a little bit with our man. And if there's no boundaries, and if she never feels that you're going to leave her, and you're going to take her nonsense, it means she has a free-for-all to do whatever she wants, and there is a matter of time before she replaces you. Because we're secretly craving boundaries. We want a man to bring out the best in us. We want a man that makes us act better. So if you've got no boundaries for us, we'll destroy you until we replace you. Yeah. I think the most powerful word that you can tell a woman is no. Because I'm a very generous person. So, I'm single right now. I've dated before. I've been in committed relationships. And I don't spend a lot of money on myself. I've made money. I'm relatively successful. And I have no problem spending money on my girl, whether that's dinners, trips, jewelry, purses, what have you. I'm generous with my money, but oftentimes, they say that sometimes women will take your kindness for weakness. But when it's time for me to be, like now, we're not doing that. We're not going there. We're not spending this. That carries a lot of weight. It does. Because they're like, oh, hold on. You bought me all this. And you took me here. Yeah, no, we're done. That's not happening. You see them kind of like shake. They almost like boxer got like punched in the face a little bit. And then there's this like weird like stare. And then like attraction towards you. I'm so turned on. You just told me no. Yeah, there is that. Yeah, Wiley. It's like, when we know that this going any further than this, you risk losing this person. You attach to that person even more. But when you realize there's no risk of loss, you don't value whoever you have in front of you. And I think it works the other way around as well, for men as well, but particularly for women, because women don't want to be with somebody they don't like and don't respect. Whereas with men, if there's kids involved in stuff, that they can suck it up. Whereas for women, they will replace or just remove themselves from that situation. So, no, Natalia, I do like to be told no. Really sometimes. Sometimes if I'm like, I think something's a good idea, and I'm like, yeah, we should do this. And they're like, no, it just makes me stop and think why? Why does someone who wants to be with me, not agreeing with me? Yeah, and then it's they're looking out for me. They're looking for the best interest. So it is a turn on now. If it's something I don't know, something maybe for the kids or something, I could see a little come on, But even the no, it's the sense of the man, taking the head of, this is how we're gonna do it. Let's do it this way. And move not on my watch. Woman, yeah, here, you strike. I'm going to go ahead and dream for a second. You strike me as a type of woman that is with a Avery, successful, capable, respectable man. Right? You seem like the type of woman who he gets you many of the things that you want. Or in life. Is that fair? To say yeah, okay, go, I feel shy saying that. But yeah, okay, I'm G to make assumptions here. I'm gonna get shy. But yeah, go sure. Good, we're making Serdia. Blush, boom. Got it. When's the last time? He's like, no, Serdia, that's not what we're doing. When's that? When's the last time? That happened. What time is it? Hours ago. Yeah. So yeah, a couple of hours ago. It's not so much. No on what's happening. It's no one behavior. You can't behave like this. You can't speak like this, talk like this, and you can't get away with this. And so in terms of things, I'm not really. One thing about me is I'm not really a presence kind of person. So that kind of thing doesn't really, I'm a quality time person. And so luckily, that's not really where the push and pull is. But my problem is, this is what the problem is, because, and especially, being online with it, because I'm articulate. Although it sounds like a great quality, what it means is, when you're in a bad mood and you're in negative space, you can use your words in a really powerful but negative way. And so it's not always glamorous to have somebody who's well-spoken or articulate and can express themselves, because it also means when their tables have turned, they can express themselves so clearly when they want to be mean. And that's where the lines need to be drawn. And that's where they are drawn. And I am, there you bring up a very good point, because where I was going was more substantive type of stuff, like materialitums. Right. No, we're not getting this. We're not going this place. We're not going to do this tonight. This is not what we're doing. But you're absolutely right. Sometimes it is very imperative to a guy to say no. I did not want you to say that. Or talk in that type of tone. That's not what we're doing here. We're at a business meeting. We're at family. we're at dinner, we're at work, we're in a club. This is not how you operate. And to set those boundaries, as an example, I think is very important because women will sometimes get out of pocket. Sometimes they'll like, I think, believe. I believe the term is called the test. They're going to test you to see how far they can go, how much can't they get away with, until someone's like enough. Yeah, it's human nature. It's men as well. It's men. It's children. You see it a lot with you, even see it with your pets, with animals. They'll do it. It's nature. We all want to see how much we can get away with, but we also crave boundaries. And so, yeah, my boundaries don't reside in the material space. 'Cause luckily for, my partner, I'm not really get me this, get me that kind of person. Naturally, it's just not my nature. But it is a case of, my tongue it's a weapon as well as, virtue, so gift and a curse. So masculinity consideration and boundaries, gentlemen. I hope you took something from there. Who's more competitive, men or women? And what if you're going out? Okay, if you're going out and there's 3 single women, 3 single men. You're all just kind of going out. You're trying of figuring it out. Who's more competitive or catty? In term like guys would be, like, listen bro, I kinda like this one, about this one. Alright guys, we'll kind of establish it. And if both 2 guys like the same girl, it's like, alright bro, like, rock, paper, sis with this thing, right? How do girls like in on a greater level? How do women operate in that context? And who do you think is more competitive? Do you know what it is? Men are still satisfied with the second or third choice in the room. Yeah, if they go home with somebody, they're not thinking about the first girl that was in their mind that day. She doesn't mean anything to them. So they got what they need, and so they can still leave happy with women. We're a little bit more selective. So if we don't leave with what we like, we find a reason for it. And if we attribute that reason to a friend of ours, we're gonna take it personally. So IID say, women are far more competitive. They're a bit more discreet about it. We wouldn't say to each other, oh, you're taking this one, this, that, and the other. But it's definitely discreet, and it builds up over a long period of time. Whereas men, they squash it that night, and they're no longer competing the next day. Whereas for women, they take what caused a competition, and that then extends to their friendship in day-to-day life. Like aggressive versus passive. Aggressive. Yes. I had this girl in high school that we were like, almost similar people would be like, you guys are like sisters. And we were like, okay, like we can be friends, we're similar. And then I had a crush on a guy, and I didn't tell anybody. It was just like internal crush. And I told one of my friends, and literally like at the end of the day, she came up to me. She's like, hey girl, I have a crush on this boy. And then she went, and she's like all doing this stuff, like trying to get in, like in his face, and he's entertaining it. And I'm like, I don't want to be your friend. I'm like, that's not attractive to me. Like just to see her like go and like put herself like on top of this guy that I kind of had an interest in. Immediately I was like, yeah, we can say he from afar, but I wouldn't want to you. I don't know if she did it on purpose. I don't want to say she does, but like she did. But we did have similar friends. Maybe one of them told her. I'm not really sure the details. But either way, she knew or she didn't. I just became disted. I was disted. I was like, no, you can have him, you good girl. What's your name, Natalia? No, I'm not gonna give it, no, give her. Hey, listen, Sheila, listen. I'm not gonna give her no time. You're good, you're good. Welcome to my course on masculinity, and in this course, not only will I be able to completely transform your understanding of women, but on a more personal level, you will enhance your self-esteem, self-respect, and your boundaries. The goal of this course is to take a man that has absolutely fantastic intentions, wants to find love, wants to commit, wants to have a good, healthy relationship, is finding that he's constantly running into women who are narcissistic, who are disrespectful, who are disloyal. Now, if you are finding that continuously, then there must be something in your engagement with women that is causing this. What my course will do is look at where this problem comes from, how to resolve it, how to communicate effectively with men and women, and how to command respect. Most importantly, how to improve your self-respect. And throughout the course, you'll be given interactive sessions, but with course materials to help you channel and journal your learning. So if you are interested in becoming the most masculine version of yourself, join today.